Hello and welcome to WION's exclusive interview with Matthew Stevenson, Head of Investment and Services at the World Economic Forum. Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you for having me.
What's your outlook for the changing landscape in trade and investment globally?
Well, these are some of the things we work on at the World Economic Forum, on the fact that we're going through a shift in trade investment system and how to work with companies and countries to navigate both the challenges and the opportunities. And I would say the changing landscape of the trade investment system could fall in three broad categories. The first is the geoeconomic challenges that is causing a restructuring of global value chains, more resilient investment, reshoring, nearshoring, and so forth, creating opportunities and challenges. The second, I would say, is really the technology shift,
Right.
which again is disrupting lots of industries, but also creating lots of opportunities in trade and investment. I'm happy to go into a little bit of those. And the third big shift is really the green revolution, which again is changing industries, changing supply chains, but also creating lots of investment opportunities in the green revolution and the opportunity to export green goods and services and stay competitive that way. So I would say these are the three large shifts we're seeing. And in all three cases, there are opportunities for companies and countries to reposition themselves and to take advantage of the opportunities while navigating the challenges.
Right. And how do you see emerging markets in this whole space in the global investment landscape?
Well, recently, foreign direct investment flows to emerging and developing countries has fallen.
Right.
So I think there's a real need to create the enabling policies and the conditions to attract more foreign direct investment, which is necessary for export growth and job creation, innovation, and so forth. I think what we see globally is that there is a move towards more protectionism at the global level, in the discourse, and in some cases in the action. And what emerging markets can do, I think, is continue to create that welcoming business environment for international trade and investment, and perhaps resist some of those protectionist pressures. Last year, the UNCTAD data told us in 2023 that 86% of investment measures, so these are policies and regulations in the investment space enacted by emerging and developing countries, were actually facilitative or liberalization. They created a more welcoming business environment. Whereas for developed economies, 53% of investment measures were more protectionist.
Right.
So I think this is a real contrast. And for the emerging markets to stay open, I think to trade and investment potentially can help them tap into this source of continued growth.
Broadly, you've touched upon a few challenges that we have seen over the last year. What do you think are the biggest challenges for, say, developed economies? Because we're seeing FDI drive there as well, right? So what do you see the biggest challenges for developed economies at this point, other than geopolitics?
I mean, I think they're facing very similar challenges. Technological challenges are disrupting their economies as well. I mean, we're really seeing the convergence and acceleration of technology, both technology influencing each other, working together as a package, whether it's AI, quantum, blockchain, and also the technology-human interface. And in fact, because technology is playing such an important role in the global economic system, we're actually making that the theme of our next meeting in Davos, the annual meeting, which is the intelligent age, and how technology and humans and technology in the environment, technology in society are all interacting in an accelerated way. So I think these are challenges that faced in developed and developing markets. And also the environmental challenge is one that is also transforming industries in developed markets.
Right. We are here at the investment conference, the World Investment Conference in Riyadh. So have you seen a transformation in the way Saudi Arabia is looking at its economy, moving away from the oil-related activities? What's your take on this?
So the first time I visited Saudi Arabia for work was in 2016, and now we're 2024, so that's 8 years later. I think I've had the chance to come visit a few times in between. And really the strategy has been one of economic diversification. And these are some of the issues that we work on both with Saudi Arabia and other countries, how to grow entrepreneurship that will then create new jobs, or how to create new industries through innovation. And I think these are some of the questions that we're talking about at this World Investment Conference, because it's all about attracting investment that can help grow economies. Of course, you want to grow your economy in areas that maybe you're not yet strong in, or build on your existing strengths. So I think these are very much these diversification questions, job creation questions through investment are some of the issues that we're talking about at the World Investment Conference.
Fantastic. And now coming back to the COP29 that we just through with, what's your take on the outlook? There wasn't a clear consensus on the broader themes. I know there was on carbon credits, but on the broader themes, there isn't a clear consensus. What's your take?
So I was there for the first week of COP.
Right.
It was my first COP, actually. It was a very impressive organization and very impressive just initiative overall. The reason I was there was that it was the first Trade, Investment and Finance Day. And so they're really trying to bring together these three topics so that trade, investment and finance can all work together to achieve our collective climate goals, which I think is a very useful and important and constructive way to think about it. And of course, it was very difficult negotiations that reached at the end an agreement on the new collective quantified goal of $300 billion annually by 2035 from public sources of finance for climate. I think what's interesting, Rahul, the number that's maybe less talked about is the 1.3 trillion, which was the aim by, again, 2035, but from public sources of money and private sources of money. And I think this is really the right way to think about it, to use the public money to also enable and unlock the private money. And that this is really what we need, because the needs are tremendous, but if we can mobilize the private money, I think that is also the solution to way forward.
All right, fantastic. Thank you for your time, Matthew. It was wonderful speaking and looking forward to Davos.
Thank you, Rahul.